Evet efendim, Ubuntu Pazarlama Direktörü Thibaut Rouffineau'yla birlikteyiz. Soyadını söyleyemedim ama olsun, önemli değil. Bitcoin'in arkasındaki gerçekleri konuşacağız aslına bakarsanız. Burada röportajda blockchain diye bir kavram kullanacağız. Blockchain, blok zincir vesaire olarak Türkçe'de kullanılıyor ama tam bir karşılığı yok. Hikaye şu, Bitcoin'in arkasındaki teknolojiden bahsediyoruz. Bir zincirleme yazılımdan bahsediyoruz. İşte bunun sağladığı olanaklardan ve hikayenin özünden bahsedeceğiz aslında. Thibaut, thank you for joining us. We're very excited to hear what happens in the digital world actually. First of all, I want to help my audience to understand what your company is doing, because everything is related with the new trend that we talk very much on Bitcoin in the financial markets nowadays, and the technology behind this new crypto money, let's say, is exactly something different, which has a huge philosophy behind.
Yeah, so let me start by telling you what Ubuntu is, which is, Ubuntu is the product that my company, Canonical, builds. Ubuntu is an operating system. It's the leading operating system today for the cloud, for the Internet of Things. Canonical is the company behind it. What we do is we help people build cloud networks, we help them operate them, and we help them support with that. So the kind of example I could give, which is probably a bit easier, is we work with the likes of Dell, who build the IoT, Internet of Things devices. We work with the likes of telecom operators to operate their networks. And the reason behind this is all of these players today are moving from a world where what was defining them was, let's say, a bank, it was your offices, or people who worked in a bank, to being defined by software. Operators nowadays mainly work because their network is made of software that will give us the mobile communication we have. Similarly, in factories. Factory used to just be about things and people making things. Nowadays, it's about robots run by software that will build these things, and optimization entirely built on software. So where my company comes in, Canonical, and what we do with Ubuntu is we help people with scaling, first of all, which is how do you create a world where now that you're defined by software, you actually get the economies of scale of software in your business. The second element is security, because obviously with more software, there's more risk potentially for your company and around your products and for your own customers. And finally, it's about getting all these new trends, all these new technologies, and being on board first with these new technologies. The example I always give is, if you were to try to build a self-driving car today, if you were to start from scratch, it would probably take you 8 years. If you were to start using Ubuntu and some of the technologies on top of Ubuntu, you have something within 3 months. It would be 80% there, but still it would be there. So what we're finding right now is artificial intelligence, blockchain, Internet of Things, all technologies that are built on top of Ubuntu, and where we see a lot of innovation and where we work with our customers to let them use these technologies to actually build their businesses going forward.
Technology is developing so very fast, and we, and for example, as the media or the companies, the plants, everybody is trying to catch the technology. I want you to focus on the blockchain idea, because that's the hot topic nowadays.
Yes.
We are, as at the beginning I was mentioning, that we're talking a lot on Bitcoin nowadays, those crypto monies, digital monies, let's say, but people do not know very much about these new technologies and the instruments that these new technologies created. So what is the idea behind which Ubuntu is also using it? It's an open software, open platform that everybody can use it for themselves without using a third partner and so on. This is a different idea, and many futurists, many technology experts are especially mentioning at this point, because this point of the technology is going to change the business world, all the business models and so on, right?
Correct. So, I mean, there's a lot of buzzwords flying around in the world of cryptocurrency and blockchain. What I try to do is really separate two things. The cryptocurrencies on one side, which is effectively a decentralized currency without a central bank, and the notion of blockchain on the other and what you can do. Because I see that the cryptocurrency side of things is very much, in the public space. And right now it's a lot of buzz. You don't know whether it's going to go up and down. Blockchain itself is a lot more safe, a lot more secure. You can read the future of blockchain a lot more. And here I would actually highlight Ethereum, for example, which is a particular type of blockchain, which came up with that first notion of smart contract, which suddenly took the blockchain from the currency-only world to a world where developers can build products and services on top of these smart contracts. So you will ask me, what is a smart contract? The best way to understand it is, today, if I'm going to buy your flat, you're going to give me a paper, we're going to go see a notaire. The notaire is going to then tell me, hey, by the way, you officially own this because I put this particular paper in this particular stack in the right place. A smart contract is doing exactly the same thing, but rather than going to see a notaire, we actually can take this in a decentralized way. So the world is actually the testimony that you and I have a contract and that I bought this place. So suddenly we got rid of the intermediaries, and it's just you and I who just built something. So that notion of smart contract on the blockchain, which means that they kind of officialize in a way, is extremely powerful. And the beauty of smart contract and blockchain, if you'd like, compared to Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, is the fact that they can be used today in the banking sector, especially in the back office, because it doesn't have anything to do with you and I interacting with something that's a bit weird at this point in time. So what we're finding is recently, for example, Wall Street launched their own blockchain with IBM to start putting absolutely every single transaction on the blockchain as a way to kind of prove that these things happen over time. And so that part is, I would say, majority of the banks today are actually working on this and testing that internally. Then when you go nearer to the front office, this is where you start using things like KYC, know your customer, which is today when you go to the bank and you ask for a credit, they go and check all sorts of data about you. Now a lot of people are saying, hey, rather than waste time and ask customers for the data all the time, let's put that on the blockchain, and each customer can then say, this bank, I want a credit from this bank, give them this part of information that I have actually access to on the blockchain, and that is mine. And finally, I would say the third phase will be consumer services. And today we're seeing already people thinking of what would Airbnb look like without Airbnb in a completely decentralized fashion.
We will say goodbye to Airbnb, Uber, and all the other new things that we see nowadays. Thank you very much. Technology is quite interesting and getting more and more interesting. Thanks for helping us to understand, and good luck with Ubuntu.
Thank you.
Thibaut Rouffineau ile birlikteydik. Bitcoin ne olur bilinmez ama arkasındaki teknoloji, blockchain ve daha fazlası önümüzdeki dönemde çok konuşulacak gibi görünüyor. Piyasa hattının sonuna geldik. Kısa bir ara, sonra akıllı para. İyi seyirler, yarın görüşürüz.